Hello, this video covers the features in the Myo HMI Android application created by IceLab at San Francisco State University. You will need a Myo armband in order to use this application. So once it's installed, open it up. If you haven't registered, tap register here and give us some information about yourself. I'm going to make a dummy account. Okay, tap register, and then sign in with the information you just provided. Okay, cool. So then the first thing you should do is connect to your armband by tapping the icon in the top right. Connect. It'll scan for your Myo armband, and then once you see it in the list, tap on it, and then it should set up a connection. So now you can see your EMG data stream. There are 8 pods on the Myo armband, and you can tap these different colored icons here to stream EMG data from the different pods. And then in the bottom left, you can vibrate your armband. So my armband just vibrated. In the bottom right, you can start and stop your EMG stream, but you want to have it running in order to do all of the classification. The next tab is the Features tab. These are 6 time domain features that are extracted from the EMG signals. This radar chart shows how the features are spread across the 8 pods of the Myo armband. You can unselect them to show them on the radar chart. Also, unselecting them will choose which features we will be feeding to the classification algorithm. The third tab is the IMU tab, which shows the rotation and orientation of the armband. It reads values from the inertial measurement unit of the Myo armband. We are currently not doing any classification using IMU values, but maybe in the future. And the fourth tab is where everything happens. This is the classification tab. The left, we have our selection of classification algorithms. They all do the same thing, but different ways. They take in the features that we collect and try to separate them into different classes. My favorite, and I think the best one, is SVM, so that's what I'm going to use. And then on the right side here, we have our gestures. These are the gestures that we're going to be training and predicting. These are default gestures. You can add another gesture. You can click on the trash can to delete all of the selected gestures. And then you can deselect them to choose which ones you want to incorporate in the training process. For the sake of time, I'm only going to do 3. So let's get started. You hit the train button to train, and then you just follow the instructions. So I'm going to hold a fist, and it's going to collect the raw EMG signal from all 8 pods, convert them or extract features from them, and then save them to be fed into this SVM or support vector machine classification algorithm. So it takes kind of a long time. This is an old tablet. It might be faster on some newer devices. And it's important to think about how your muscles are interacting with the sensor on your forearm when you're doing these different gestures, and try to remember how your muscles are while you're holding these gestures, because that's the best way to use them to predict once the model has been trained. So we're almost there. Cool. So now it's predicting what gesture I'm currently doing. It says open hand. So if I do a fist, it should just predict fist, point, open hand, fist, point, and so on. And you can try training different algorithms while it's running. So if I want to switch to LDA, it'll train LDA. So now we're using LDA, or linear discriminant analysis. And then you can click on this cloud up arrow icon, and this gives you the option to save to the cloud. We don't Saving data to the cloud is for us. It's so that we can take your data, store it, and analyze it further. Or you can save to SD card, which is what I'm going to do. If you save to an SD card, you can load up your features later without having to go through the training process again. And then you can click on this back arrow to reset. So let's try loading our gestures in. Click on the folder on the far right. So all of our gestures are located in main storage under a folder called Myo app file. And I want to get the ones that I just did at 5 o'clock. Okay. Cool. So now I just loaded in the file that we have previously exported, and yep, seems like it's working. So I think that covers all of our features, everything that we can do. This project is ongoing, so we're adding new features, trying out new things, and pairing it with pairing the gesture recognition with things like VR applications and prosthetic arms. Please give it a try, and if you find any bugs, please open an issue on GitHub. Thanks.